Hey YouTube, if you haven't heard already, Louise, aka Sprinkle of Glitter, did a really good video 2 days ago about YouTube community and idolization that can occur on YouTube. That's going to be in the link below, and this is going to be a video response to it, so I hope you enjoy. I want to start by saying how much I admire Louise for the video she created. It surprised me. I've seen some of her videos before, and this was kind of left of centre for her, and I'm really glad that a big YouTuber has come out and said some of these things. But here's my first issue. This discussion isn't new. Ben Cook, in a comment on that video, said that Louise has found the talking point of 2014 for YouTube, but no. This is a conversation that's been going on for the last 2 years. The problem is it's not being discussed by the right people. It's not being discussed by the big people. But isn't that, at least for me it is, part of the problem? The fact that we rely on big names to talk about important topics. The idea behind YouTube, as the old slogan used to say, is broadcast yourself. Anybody used to be able to come on here and talk about any issue they want to and get not necessarily traction for it, but a little bit of interest. I've always disliked the idea that just because somebody has a bigger amount of subscribers means their points are more valid, when this is not true. I'm not saying that Louise's points aren't valid, in fact I think they are, but they're the same points that a number of other YouTubers have made previously. Why does it matter now? But I realise that that's my issues with the YouTube community, being a small-time creator and also somebody that's been on YouTube for a very, very long time. I have a number of issues relating to the way people react to content creators and the community that is created around that. But I want to talk about Louise's points. I think one of the good points of YouTube, but also one of the big problems with YouTube at the moment, is that it's hip, it's cool, it's a young thing to do, which attracts a younger generation of viewers. This, alongside a number of other issues relating to YouTube as a platform, is, for me, the reason why I feel the relationship between creator and fan can be very blurred. I think a lot of people do realise that the person in front of the camera, i.e. the creator, is kind of like them. You're not a celebrity with huge amounts of money. Now, you're earning something from YouTube which is really, really impressive, but you're not, let's say, to a movie star level. I think what this means is that viewers can relate more to the creators. The creator may also be talking about their own life rather than acting as a character. This can create a very odd dynamic, which I don't think media as a whole really sees, where the viewer can feel related very much to the content creator, like a sister or a friend. I think in a way, this unique type of relationship can make it easier for a viewer to identify with and even idolise the creator. Now, Louise made the point of why idolise her, why not idolise people in history that have done really amazing things? And I think I understand where she's come from with that. But equally, Louise, I feel like you are a good person to look up towards. I think you challenge a lot of stereotypes, and you also care a lot about the people in your life, and I think that's a very good message to be putting out there. The problem, in my mind, isn't who you idolise, it's the idolization. Young people are always looking for a way to create their identity. And I don't think it's unusual to base your identity on other people. But what you've got to do is take the bits that you like from other people and develop it into your unique way of doing it, rather than completely basing your identity on that person. I think this problem is especially prevalent for YouTube, considering the latest YouTube controversy a few months ago. Not everybody that you watch on YouTube is going to be a great stand-up person. And I don't just mean in the way of we all do bad things, but the idea of anybody can put content on YouTube. Therefore, you're going to have a vast array of different personalities and moral compasses. Not only can this mean that you get hurt if you find something out about a YouTuber that you idolise and doesn't really link in with your image of them, but it also runs the risk of you developing a negative idea of yourself and also of other people. After the recent Boys on YouTube scandal, I actually read comments where people were saying, I'm going to go and unsubscribe from all boys on YouTube. That is pointless. This upsets me because you have a lot of positive influences on YouTube, both male and female, who can really help you to develop yourself, as long as you don't put all of yourself to them. I think gatherings are another issue, and I know a lot of YouTubers are very aware of this because of how old gatherings used to be. Take DigiFest a few weeks ago. This amazing mega music type festival had crowds upon crowds, thousands of people went to meet their favourite YouTubers. That is where YouTube is at the moment. Nothing we can do, whether we agree or disagree with that, will change it. I've talked before in my videos about how I feel there is still a place for the small content creator, cool gatherings. that step away from the meet and greets and the fan orientated gatherings. I've also talked before about how I really worry that that's going to be depleted in a few years' time, because the culture that Louise talks about in her video is creating a new level of content creators. These young individuals who are coming into YouTube and thinking that they're going to make all the money and get all the subscribers, and that's what matters. Now, I'm not going to tell people what they should be coming into YouTube to do or what mindset they should be in, but for me, YouTube will always be a creative platform where people can share ideas, share the things they make, and just have fun. If we become too encompassed with this idea of idolizing and being the idol, then we risk losing that really unique creative atmosphere. A lot of content creators that I talk to discuss how YouTube as a company is throwing recommended channels in their face, channels which actually they have no real interest in. Now, I have experienced that problem myself, but these channels are getting views. People are going and watching them. People are, as Louis says, idolizing people. And YouTube as a company needs to meet that market, and their primary market is probably, I haven't looked at the statistics, young females. And this, in my mind, has put the focus on how many views you're getting on a video, how many subscribers you have. And in turn, it's created this idea of a content creator as something special and unique and something we should strive for. The aim of my recent series, Being YouTube, link in the down below, was to highlight that exact issue, that anybody, you right now watching this, can get a camera, start recording and be a content creator, be a YouTuber. I think this approach is how we change this dynamic. This approach is how we can support each other to be better people, to grow and develop and be creative and awesome. This approach is how we can bring back to gatherings this idea of community and meeting up with your friends rather than queuing in one long line to see your favourite YouTuber. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I feel it would be a big shame if that's the only reason somebody is going to YouTube gatherings. But you know what, I personally feel that the celebrity on YouTube isn't going to change. In fact, I think it's going to develop further. And I think that's a shame. When I held last year my pre-Summer in City gathering, I had people coming up to me saying about how they'd made friends in the build-up to Summer in the City, how awesome it was just to hang out. And I think it's a shame that YouTube as a community is slowly losing that mentality. Another issue I want to raise, and I kind of feel for people like Louise around this, because my friend Laura Lejeune deals with this as well, is that they can make amazing videos on YouTube, highlighting really important points, and then the comments to say, oh, you're so beautiful, oh, I want to be you, oh, I love your hair. And it's as if these people idolize you, but they're not actually listening to what you're saying. I still see these content creators, my friends and people that I don't know, who make amazing content and believe in the power of creativity and believe in the power of interaction, but don't interact because they see it as pointless, because we've developed this idea in YouTube where if this isn't supporting me or helping me develop, what's the point? Rather than, hey, this is a cool idea, let's do this together and see what comes of it. For many, YouTube is turning into a business, and a financially rewarding business, and I think that's very, very good. But let's not let the idea of that control all of our content creations. So many people commented on Louise's video saying, I agree with you, it's about time somebody made that point. Don't just say that. Challenge everything. Comment on as many videos as you can. Watch as many new creators as you can. If you're a big YouTuber, link in with smaller YouTubers. Collab with smaller YouTubers. Watch smaller YouTubers and then tweet their videos. Let's bring back, and I've said this before, and probably not many people are going to watch this video, like Being YouTube. And yes, I think we all want numbers, because we want to put our content out there to be watched and to be appreciated, or for us to get feedback and us to develop that. But for me, I think I can honestly say numbers are not what's important to me. For what's important to me is community-driven projects. I love it. I love having many people involved in something. Let's bring YouTube back to that. For the big YouTubers, try and find what got you into YouTube in the first place. For those of you that are big YouTubers and still maintain that, props to you, because that's a really good trait to still be able to do. For new YouTubers coming in, take it slow, take it easy and enjoy it. Collab with people, start talking to people. I'll link in all the Facebook groups that I'm part of down below, some amazing people in those groups. That has helped me develop what I class my YouTube family or my YouTube friends. I love them and I appreciate their content, and hopefully they appreciate my content. To those of you who don't want to make content and just want to watch content, that's great. I went to a gathering recently where the majority of people were just watchers, and I had some really great conversations with them. Just please remember that the people you're watching on the screen, you don't know everything about them. They are not your best friends. I've talked before in my own videos about how actually I share very little of myself in my videos, from my own personal life. Let people have that. Let people have their own life. And imagine if you were in their situation. Try and imagine you walking into a room filled with thousands of screaming fans, chanting your name, screaming, pointing at you, flashing of the lights and all that. It's a pretty scary thing, and these people that are giving you that content and receiving that, a lot of them haven't had training around how to deal with that. This is why I know Charlie McDonald doesn't go to a lot of gatherings, because it scares him senseless, that idea of people acting like that. What interested me was, at Summer in City last year, I had a very quick chat with Jack Howard. Swagger Jack Howard, Swagger Jack Howard. I'm not going to sing. But anyway, I was having a conversation with Jack Howard, and he was saying, actually, the number of people that come up to him and just go, oh, hi, and run away, or take their picture and run away, or scream and run away, compared to the number of people that actually come up and go, really like your content, thank you. It's incredibly uneven, and that upsets me, that saddens me, because these people are making content for you, and I know what you're trying to say is, or what a lot of people are trying to say is, thank you for helping me, thank you for entertaining me, thank you for making me feel happy, thank you for teaching me about myself, thank you for helping me get over this. Say that. That's a wonderful thing to be able to give to somebody, and I reckon that's probably a wonderful thing to receive as well. We don't need to develop this screamathon. That's my 2 cents on it. That's another video on that subject. I've been the Positive Waistcoat, aka Waistcoat Dave. I'll see you later. Ta-ra.